books that will change the way you think. Can we get an amen? What's up, family? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing my favorite books that will change the way you think. These books are inspirational, motivational, eye-opening, and life-changing. So, book number one is Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth. Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth is a cornerstone for personal spirituality and self-improvement. Hello, health, wealth, and high vibrations. Leading readers to new levels of consciousness and inner peace. Taking off from the power of now, which was the book before this one. Oh, it says that, sorry. Which was a #1 bestseller and has sold millions of copies worldwide. Tolle provides a framework for people to move beyond themselves in order to make this world a better, more spiritually evolved place to live. Shattering modern ideas of ego and entitlement, self and society, Tolle lifts the veil of fear that has hung over humanity during this new millennium and illuminates a path to health and happiness that every reader can follow. I mean, I don't really think I can sell it to you any better than that. This book, it does exactly what the synopsis says, guys. It will completely blow your mind open in a good way. Every social construct, belief system, belief of self, self-image will definitely open up to a world of other possibilities. There's a reason why it sold 6 million copies. I'm gonna just leave it right there. Number two is actually a book that I don't have a hard copy of because I listened to the audiobook version of it. So I will pop it right here for you. Nice subtle title. It is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a The Subtle Art of Not Giving a does away with the positive psychology craze to instead give you a stoic, no bull approach to living a life that might not always be happy, but meaningful and centered only around what's important to you. So honestly, this book is completely different to any other personal development, self-help kind of book that I have ever read, because it's really refreshing, because like it says in the synopsis, it doesn't go down that route of, positive vibes only, just think positive, positive this, positive that, positive. It actually gives a different perspective, and I don't want to ruin it for anyone, so I can't go into it too much. Still gives across the same point. It still leads you in the end to, satisfaction and contentment, but it just gives you a much more straight to the point, grounded, realistic, if you will, strategy to get there. Number three is The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. Remember when you were a child and you believed that life was magical? Well, the magic of life is real, and it's far more breathtaking, awe-inspiring and exciting than you ever imagined as a child. You can live your dreams, you can have anything you want, and your life can touch the stars. Come with me on an unforgettable journey for 28 days as we discover how truly dazzling our lives can be. Our adventure begins 2,000 years ago when life-changing knowledge was hidden within a sacred text. For 20 centuries, this knowledge has mystified, confused, and been misunderstood by almost all who read it. Ooh. So this book, as you can tell just by the title even, The Magic, it requires, I would say, a much more open mind. This is like, it's a fundamental basic, I would say. It's an absolute must. If you're interested in the law of attraction, it really does take you on a more exciting, intriguing, mystical kind of journey. What I do like about it is it does also have some practicality, because as it says, it takes you on a journey for 28 days. It does give you practical things to do for those 28 days. So it gives you a new exercise each day that you have to do. And by the end of the 28 days, you will have definitely changed the way you think. Number 4 is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I adore this book. This is completely different in the sense that it is not self-help or personal development or anything like that. It's actually fiction, at least I think. Is it a true story? I hope it's a true story. I don't know. The reason why I say this will change the way you think is because it's a very, very powerful and inspirational and beautiful story, and it's one of those stories that has a big hidden message in it. I will read you the ain't no synopsis up in here, or maybe that is the synopsis. That is it. To realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. That's the synopsis, and that is really all it needs to say. That is your only obligation, and that's what the story kind of inspires you to do just that. Let me know in the comments if you go and read it and what it did for you, what you thought of the story. Number 5 is another one that I don't have a hard copy of because I've been listening to the audiobook, so I will put it here. And it is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I believe that's how you say it. Rich Dad, Poor Dad shows you how to start a journey to wealth by teaching you the right mindset, accounting basics, and wealth building strategies, even if you've had no clue about personal finance up until now, which is so true. And I will go on top of that to say, this man basically grew up with 2 fathers, one rich and one poor, and both fathers were obviously advising him throughout his life and imposing their beliefs onto him, and having those 2 people in his life basically enabled him to see where Poor Dad went wrong in comparison to Rich Dad. Really great book. I would say even if you're not necessarily, you know, an entrepreneur or interested in owning your own business or interested in building wealth, you still can benefit from this book because it will, I'm sure that you will take little bits and bobs here, there and everywhere that will change your life just within your current budgeting plan or whatever it is that you're doing. Number 6 is Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Such a classic. This book became an instant bestseller just weeks after its publication in the US. Ask and It Is Given and the teachings of Abraham were the inspiration behind the movie The Secret, which I didn't actually know until very recently, and the fascination with the laws of attraction. It is hailed by numerous leading spiritual and personal development teachers as one of the most important books of our time. It has profoundly changed many people's lives. Using these 22 powerful processes will help you to change the way you look at things, and as you do so, the things you look at will change. I love that line. You will see a whole new world unfold right in front of your eyes. I'll give you a very brief background on Esther and Jerry and Abraham. So Esther and Jerry were a married couple because I believe Jerry has passed now. But basically Abraham is a consciousness that channels through Esther in order to deliver messages to humanity. I know it's a lot for some people. They're probably going to be like, let me just click off this video because this girl is crazy. It really does offer some incredible insights and profound perspectives that you can look at life from. So it's definitely a book that will change the way you think, or at least open you up to changing the way that you think. Let me know down in the comments if you have read any of these books and what you think of them. And if you haven't read any of them, I definitely recommend that you do, because all of them will for sure change the way you think. I hope I gave you some great insights into these books. If I did, please give me a thumbs up. If you want good vibes, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell symbol so you get notified when I post a new video. Until the next one, I wish you health, wealth and high vibrations.